Okay, so just one last little thing is because remember, there's animal in animal physiology. So, what you need to do is look at the correlation between animal size and the development of the young at birth for other mammals. So here's kind of like the relative body size of the offspring compared to the adult. So this would be like a really big baby, and this would be like little tiny, not so developed baby. Um, and so when and here's the gestation period. So in general, these babies are able to like this would be like a horse or something. They're born and they can like get up and walk around, right? Whereas the ones that need like a lot of care are going to be down here. They're not so developed and they're tiny. Now humans on this scale, although we have um, our let me see if I can move this little screen here. We have a mean body mass in of 1.8. So, and then our gestation period is 2.4. So we actually have a really long gestation period compared to the relative body mass. Um, and the reason why that probably happens is because our babies are pretty helpless. Like they can't get up and walk around and do things on their own. But that long gestation period, instead of kind of giving them the ability to like run away from predators, allows us to develop our larger and more complex brains, is the hypothesis. And then one more slide that I wanted to share with you is this next one on this is, I don't think this is actually in the syllabus. It's part of the nature of science, but it turns out that there's a lot of estrogen and progesterone pollution in our water bodies, and that's because these sewer systems don't do a good job of actually filtering that out. So, when you have, the waste treatment plant. So when women, especially if they're taking hormonal birth control or other things, if they're peeing out estrogen and progesterone and all those types of things, that ends up going into the rivers. And that estrogen and progesterone actually impacts fish. And you can see the higher levels of synthetic estrogen, like from birth control pills in a river, means male fish actually start, they find oocytes in the testes, they're underdeveloped, they have feminized reproductive ducts and everything. So there's actually quite a few drugs. It's an interesting pollution study that end up in our waterways because we don't actually filter them out very well in our sewage treatment plants. Okay,